Hi, I'm Matt Epting.
And I'm Patrick McSweeney. Welcome to the first in a series of videos about One Campus, One Book. The Student Government Association created this program to open a common conversation about a book. We partnered with President Boren to select Time to Start Thinking, America in the Age of Dissent by Edward Luce.
Students, faculty, and staff can go online and purchase this book for just $5 at ou.edu/onebook. As we read one chapter of this book per week, we encourage members of the OU community to form groups and discuss it together, in addition to engaging with online discussion curriculum that we post.
Each week, I will discuss the chapter with an OU faculty member. To talk about the introduction, I met with Honors College Dean David Ray. Take a look. Hi, and welcome to the first week of the inaugural One Campus, One Book. Thank you so much for joining us. Today we're in the Hall of Fame room in Gaylord. And joining us today to discuss the introduction of the book is David Ray, the Dean of the Honors College. So thank you so much for joining us. So kind of the first question I have for you is, why should we be discussing this book and the issue that Luce addresses?
I think the book sounds a theme that people have articulated all over the country. You know, President Boren, in his book Letter to America, begins with the sentence, "The nation we all love is in trouble." And I think that is the case, that there are all kinds of reasons to worry that the United States has gone into decline. And I think what Luce is arguing is a lot of that is caused by our bad choices, that we've made policy decisions that are producing this result, and while the decline is not yet irreversible, we could change those decisions. At some point, it will become irreversible.
So from this introduction, I'm a little scared to be graduating from college soon. Luce kind of brings up some very pessimistic commencement speeches that he's recently heard. Do you kind of share that pessimistic attitude for people that are about to graduate?
I think anyone who's been paying attention to the economy has to be concerned. I mean, we all know that the financial crisis of 2008, 2009 was followed by the deepest recession since the Great Depression, and probably more importantly, the job market did not recover for an unusually long time. There was a jobless recovery. 5 years after the recession ended, there were not the same number of jobs we had when it began. Things are improving a little bit. The economy seems now to be growing, but here's my measure of concern. In 2012, recent college graduates, approximately 53% were unemployed, or more commonly underemployed. There are very talented honors alumni waiting tables in Norman 3 years after they graduated, and to me that's heartbreaking and a waste of talent.
Yeah. So you talked about some of the issues that Luce addresses that kind of show that this is a troubling time. Is there a chapter of Luce's book that you're most excited for the campus to discuss?
I think it's the chapter that raises the most difficult problem. So in the area of optimism, pessimism, this is a tough one, but I think it's the chapter that deals with money in politics and the role of money in creating policies. I think there desperately needs to be a discussion about why the financial crisis happened. The recession that followed it was not a natural phenomenon. The recession was caused. It was caused by the behavior of some individuals who made hundreds of billions of dollars. And they were able to do that because of policy decisions of the government. And the policy decisions favored people who had pumped a lot of money into our elected officials or to lobbyists. So I think the operative question we should be addressing is, have we done anything to prevent another financial crisis happening based on a speculative bubble that will inevitably be bigger and probably not that far away? We have a real crisis of governance and the economy, and our public is not sufficiently informed to join that debate.
Mm-hmm. So as participants in this program are reading through the book, what kind of questions do you think we need to be discussing and debating?
I think the opportunity here is to focus on solutions that can address the challenges that Edward Luce presents. The book is really good as an inventory of our problems. It's clearly weaker at suggesting how we can solve those problems. And here's my suggestion for what would be a useful campus discussion. When I listen to OU students, you know, they're smart, they know what's going on, they're worried, but their general response is, how does this affect me as an individual? How can I navigate this much tougher time? How can I get a higher MCAT score, or do I need to switch to engineering? And that's fine, but what's missing is, how does this crisis affect us? You know, all college-age Americans have a common interest, and if they act individually, they're not going to be aware of their common interest. More than that, all Americans have a common interest. I think you can make a case that we're facing some problems that can be seen in a generational light. I think there's no question that the generation of college-age Americans right now is being handed a terrible hand of cards, including this enormous and rapidly growing government debt, a much weaker economy, by the generation in power. But I don't think we have to see it just in terms of generational conflict, and that's the opportunity that One Campus, One Book presents. Here's a chance for a multi-generational discussion among people of goodwill, of all ages and all backgrounds, to struggle with the question, how can we prevent American decline? You know, there's going to be a lot of disagreement, and that will be healthy, and the campus is the perfect place for that disagreement to happen with civility and clarity. So I think it's an exciting possibility, and I think all OU students, faculty, and staff should participate.
Well, thank you so much for your thoughts on this chapter and this program as well. We really thank you for watching this video, and we really want you to also to contribute to this conversation. So please feel free to comment on this video, or also to share your thoughts on Twitter using hashtag OU1book. We hope to see you next week as we discuss the middle class. Thank you so much.